A one-time political force in the Garden State is gone. Former New Jersey Attorney General and State Commission of Investigation Chairman Cary Edwards died this morning at his Bergen County home after a 4-year battle with cancer. He was 66. State House correspondent Zachary Fink reports on the Edwards legacy, his accomplishments, and how the political community is remembering the man.
We're going to build a new New Jersey for a better future for you, for me, for our children, and for our grandchildren.
From his days in the New Jersey Assembly, where he served 3 terms between 1977 and 1982, to his appearance before the Senate Budget Committee just this year to defend the State Commission of Investigation, political leaders and close friends of Cary Edwards all agree he was a statesman, a leader, and a tireless advocate for good government in the state of New Jersey.
I would say Cary Edwards is probably one of the great political icons of New Jersey. And the reason why I say that is because he was Attorney General. He was really the most important and a key person in the Kane administration for 8 years.
During the Byrne years, we worked very close together, he and I, together on major issues such as the Pinelands and New Jersey Transit, and if it wasn't for Cary Edwards' leadership, those projects would not have ever occurred.
In a statement, Edwards' wife Lynn said on behalf of the family, quote, "It is with deep sorrow that we announce the passing of W. Cary Edwards. Cary lost his valiant 4-year battle with cancer at 2:30 a.m. this morning at home surrounded by his family. He was a dedicated public servant who served the residents of the state of New Jersey with dignity and unparalleled commitment. He spent every day of his life trying to make the world a little bit better than he found it." Born in 1944 in Paterson, New Jersey, Edwards practiced law and served on the council in Oakland, Bergen County. In 1982, he was tapped by Governor Tom Kean to serve as chief legal counsel, a job where he served until 1986, when Governor Kean called on him again, this time to serve as the state's Attorney General. Edwards held that post until 1989, when he decided to make his first run for governor in the Republican primary.
As governor, I'll lead the fight to keep New Jersey's environment safe from any threat. Hazardous waste, solid waste, or ocean pollution.
Just a few years later, Edwards ran again. This time it was 1993, and Governor Jim Florio was serving his first term.
So you're running for governor?
That's what they tell me.
Okay.
Christy Whitman won the Republican primary that year and went on to serve 2 terms as governor. Even in defeat, Edwards was magnanimous.
We've got one of the finest human beings I've ever dealt with personally in any political process. Christy Todd Whitman is our next governor. Christy, God bless you.
Friends and former colleagues remember him as someone who put policy above politics, someone who could reach across the partisan divide if the issue was important.
Today, where it's bombastic on both sides, when he worked for Tom Kean, if he had an issue, he'd call me, we'd work it out. Voices were never raised. There was no yelling. It was easy to deal with. Cary Edwards.
In the mid-90s, Edwards once again went back to private law practice, and in 1997 he became the commissioner and chair of the New Jersey State Commission of Investigation, the legislative branch's watchdog group. When proposed budget cuts threatened to cripple the SCI during this year's budget negotiations, Edwards, who was in the throes of a long battle with colon cancer, went before the Senate Budget Committee.
Remember always, every state is different, and every state is different for a reason. Because every state is structured different, it operates differently, it functions differently. You've got to get to the nuances of how each state functions.
Obviously, in that particular instance, he felt strongly about the SCI continuing, and he was successful in persuading Governor Christie and the legislature to keep it in business.
In a statement, Governor Christie said, quote, "Cary Edwards was one of New Jersey's great leaders of the last 35 years. He was a fearless lawyer, respected chief counsel to Governor Kean, and groundbreaking attorney general. But just as importantly to me, he was a role model, mentor, and dear friend. On behalf of all New Jerseyans, Mary Pat and I extend our deepest condolences to his wife Lynn and the entire Edwards family at this very sad time." Senate President Stephen Sweeney issued this statement, quote, "New Jersey has lost a statesman. While always a proud Republican, Cary Edwards came from the all-too-quickly vanishing school that never let partisan sniping overcome and cloud personal relationships. Cary Edwards fought cancer with the same vigor in which he fought for the people of New Jersey. He will be sorely missed." Zachary Fink, NJN News, Trenton.